Hey everybody, I'm here with this week's exercise of the week, and this week we're going to focus on push-ups. And the reason we're going to focus on push-ups is because a lot of times I see people in our training sessions and they're doing push-ups with bad form, and when you do this repetitively over and over and over and you've got your arms in the wrong position, you end up with a chronic shoulder injury that's going to prevent you from doing any push-ups, any type of overhead movement, and it's going to take a while for you to heal. So when you're doing your push-ups, there's three things that I want you to focus on. Number one, I want you to make sure everything is tight from your head all the way down to your heels. So your quads are locked out, your hips are tight, your glutes are tight, your belly is tight, and your head is in line with the rest of your body. So that's number one. You're in a straight line and you're nice and tight. Number two, I want you to bring your hands to the middle of your chest, just as if you were holding a bar doing a bench press. And number three, your elbows are going to come down at a 45-degree angle. Your elbows are not going to be up here, okay? A lot of times when people do push-ups, they end up with their hands are way up here, their elbows are flared out to the sides, and when you do this motion over and over and over, you're going to end up with a chronic injury. So what a push-up should look like when we go down to the ground, we're going to start off with hands a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. I'm on my toes. Everything is locked out nice and tight. I'm in a nice straight line from the top of my head to my heels. And I'm going to lower myself to the ground. My hands are even with the middle of my chest. Elbows are tucked back. Press myself right back up. Lower myself. Tight body. Hands in the middle of my chest. Elbows tucked back. Press right back up. Now a lot of people aren't going to be able to do that movement, so what you're going to do is a modified version of that from your knees, and everything's going to be the same. Tight body from your knees all the way up to the top of your head in a straight line. Hands are still going to be even with the middle of your chest, and your elbows are still going to be tucked back. So I'm right here, straight body, everything's tight. Lower myself to the ground, hands even with the middle of my chest, press right back up. Lower myself down. And you're going to notice that my belly and my hips are not resting on the ground here. I'm nice and tight. Press right back up. If you can't do a modified version from the floor, then what you can do is, if you have access to a bar and a bench, you can do an incline version. And what you're going to do is, hands are going to be a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Body is nice and tight. You're going to lower your chest to the bar, elbows tucked back again. And this is the bottom part of my push-up. And then I'm just going to push myself away from the bar. So belly is nice and tight. When I get to the bottom, I'm not going to let my hips sag down. Bar is on the middle of my chest, elbows tucked back, and press right back away. And this is something that you can manipulate. As you get stronger, you can bring the bar down a little bit lower. If it's still too difficult for you, then you can bring the bar up a little bit higher.